So let's draw some stuff. Так. Welcome to GenBond Art channel. How to draw stuff in perspective. Так. So let's see. So here I did some recently fisheye perspective grids. We can do this grid later. Так. Or let's do it right now. Yeah, let's finish this grid. Так, so here we have horizon line. This horizon line is curved like this. So here is z vanishing point, here is x vanishing point, and here is y vanishing point. This y vanishing point will have this y axis as a straight line going crossing horizon line, and then same with z axis. At certain point it will be like a straight line, and x-axis at certain point is straight line. So their intersection show us camera direction. So we can see camera, like camera angle is looking above horizon line. It's not parallel to ground. It's like upshot, kind of little. So because it's kind of like almost like center of triangle, so it means is 45 up angle. Так. So now with this grid, which I explained in previous video, you can watch how to draw this perspective grid. Now we can think, put some composition inside. Так. Oh, it's be like a gun. Here. Gun. Так. see. So let's see. Then some kind of this here. So here we think this like two hands. So this hand is cover other hand like this. So where is knuckles? Something like that. Так, and thumb. Have two thumbs, one bought here. Так, it's kind of this. So I'm currently like making also book about perspective. It's kind of being crazy artist, not finish motorcycle book yet, but decide to start perspective book. Because there is, all these stages in creative process. Like first stage, it's when you have idea and you just need to kind of like write it down, make notes, make plan how you will make project. So, and for me, I don't like just to write plan, kind of like a text. I prefer to start making project. So when its idea is fresh, I want to like put it all down. Like, so I start to make book right away. I have layout. I start to make pages, like making chapters, put some images, put some sketches inside, write some general notes. And at first, just to make sure all good ideas will be kind of fixated. And also you start to see better how it will works. And at certain point, you get stuck. So it's like putting all these ideas and start to be like more and more clear how it should be. And then you stuck. Okay, and at this stage, I will kind of leave it for a couple weeks and I can focus more on motorcycle book. So this approach is like when you know already how it works for you. So for me, like I know it's always will be in the process, will be this um, moments when you need to get away for a certain time. And that's why it's convenient to work simultaneously on several projects. Because one project is like need little weight. It's kind of somewhere in the back of your mind while you're working on other projects. Especially this kind of technical books about motorcycles, about perspective. Well, it's kind of, it can be a very overwhelming. It's like so many information. It's like after like, oh no. It's like need to little refresh. Так. So let's see what kind of face. So what's interesting also about drawing people, like a drawing face, head in different angles, also stuff. I've been like, for a long time, I've been looking for a right way to do this, and I tried like different approaches, like Andrew Loomis approach, and like different tutorials, different stuff, and I figure out is not important what approach you use. Eventually, it's just about general understanding. So it's kind of helpful to try everything you in a moment you think you need. Like you look some technique and it's like, wow, this is what I want to use. Okay, you can try it, you can experiment with it, but eventually you kind of like find your own center, kind of your own approach. It can be like particular technique, or it can be just some mix of different techniques. Hello, Max. Max. Yeah, welcome to my channel. Так. It's like figures for artists. I don't know this. I have somewhere my fingers. I have also this kind of anatomy fingers. It's already like my cat been play with it, so it's broken nose. So. And the head was broken, so it's like I glue head. Yeah, I have like this figures for posing. So let's see, like right now. Yeah. It been broken this figure too. Crazy cat. Now I hiding everything. Так. See. So let's make some maybe there's some vehicle. I have no idea what is this. Maybe. Then make some music. some kind of spam. It's kind of weird text in the chat. Так. You never know what will happen on your internet. It's like, or maybe I'm getting too old just to understand what people is talking about. Так. So here, let's think about some street. Так. Yeah. Same with me, like sometimes like format of like a streaming format kind of require of constant talking. Sometimes you're speaking totally random crazy stuff. Like a robot for a house. And it's so funny. Like it's in this. Yeah, let's draw some of these robots actually. Так. These creepy robots, which look like sweeter, and they have these like black hole eyes. It's just so funny, like when they say uh, they're actually still learning. So when you buy a robot, it will sometimes some human somewhere, you have no idea like who these people will be, but some human will take control over your robot to teach him how to do stuff in your house. Can you imagine? I mean, it's so stupid, it's so crazy. It's like you buy a robot for your house, you pay like $500 every month for it, and there is some dude control your robot, like looking your private life, like in he can go anywhere and he can like open your table, open like everything, like open doors. So I already see so many kind of news in the future, like robot, like robots in some rich neighborhoods open doors for thieves. So not just open doors, actually, he can, like when you sleep, this robot like pack all valuables from your home, put them in the boxes, take these boxes, put outside. So when arrive and he can put boxes in the van, and all this happen when you sleep. Like can take like open your wallet, take your bank cards, But they like transfer all your money. It's so crazy. Use your phone for make calls from your house. It's like first day of your robot in the house, like you go to work and the robot just pack everything in the car, take your car and drive away somewhere like to Mexico or Canada. And here you can like keep brainstorming like so many opportunity for funny situations with stuff. I mean, it's already kind of ridiculous. Like when like people right now buying these new models of vacuum cleaner robots, and this vacuum cleaner robots, I just watched their website, right? Like when they show how this works. So these vacuum cleaner robots, they have like very good high resolution video cameras. So like fish eye cameras. So this robot he can actually see whole your house. So when he like cleaning your house, he have image of everything. So I don't know, it might be like you're walking in the underwear in your home, and again it can create like map of all your stuff in the house. And there is like websites maybe in the darknet or maybe in the normal internet. There is a website for hackers as some kind of like a YouTube of CC cameras, where hackers they just like go there and just browse random cameras, so some random people can get access to any camera in your house, like my web camera or something. It's not kind of it's not thing like from hacker movie. It's a real thing. They just they kind of like doing it for sport. Sometimes it's like a scammers. Sometimes they're just doing it for fun. Kind of just like to hack in everything. So you just should kind of be aware that any camera in your phone, in the computer, in the house, anywhere, if it's connected to internet, okay, it's like anybody. I mean, like basically anyone, even don't need to be a hacker. It's like hackers, they hack cameras, but after they just put it on a streaming somewhere in internet, some kind of trolling. No, so and people who have access to these websites, they can like watch your cameras. And then you have robot, which it can be some people like who work in a company. Maybe they decide it will be more, don't know, like profitable for them to kind of break a law, or maybe somebody can just hack a robot. So if it can be controlled distantly, okay, then hacker can get access to controls, and they can also control robot. So then it's not just a camera in a vacuum cleaner, then it's a camera with arms, and it can move around and manipulate with everything in the house. Так. This one is too high. Let me see what's the problem here. So because horizon line here go like this, it's about shoulder level. So people should be also about shoulder level. Так. Okay. Because even like whatever account you have, sometimes it's been like some hackers, they break into different companies, so they steal passwords for accounts. So it's not like somebody personally targeting you, they just doing it in batches, right? So just hack whole company, and then they have your passwords and any other people passwords. They can, so they get kind of access to, can get access to anything basically. Так. Like if they can steal any personal data from kind of like highly protected base, then they can get into your social media account or whatever. Так. So here we have other guy. Так. Here's this robot. Hello, hey big. No, it's just kind of random uh, improvisation, kind of. So that's kind of like what I talk in all the time. When you have perspective grid, it's actually helps a lot. So it's not the same like when you're trying to draw without reference on a blank page, because like perspective grid, it's already suggest some kind of part of work, because you already have space and then you just make some kind of creative decisions like what kind of space it will be. It's kind of interior, exterior, and stuff like that. So that's why I also recommend this as a perspective exercise when you draw in different scenes, like random kind of just random improvisations with minimum requirements, not trying to make like super masterpiece, but first of all you exploring possibilities, you exploring like principles of perspective. So what kind of potential it have, so you can make like very very different situations with the same perspective grid, or you can do like same situation with different perspective grids and like playing around like this, you develop like true understanding and a real skill. So it's became kind of like integrated into your creative process, which is like very different from just study some basic stuff from kind of usual tutorials and books. When you just learn perspective basics, you draw two pictures, and after you still kind of not sure how to use it in actual case. Так. And it's like this type of thing which is sound simple, but this what everybody looking for actually. Everybody looking kind of all, for some very efficient um, kind of quick way to learn and improve, which requires like very clear and simple process, right? Simple steps. So just make perspective grid, then just draw random scene. You can like remember like some scene from your favorite movie, or like from your usual life, like you being in a train station today, for example. So you, before you draw this scene, first make perspective grid, and after like start to fill this space, fill this perspective grid with the environment and elements of this situation. And you will see how kind of fun it is, and much less stress. So it's fun and less stressful than you when you being like too vogue with perspective, when you kind of like focus on composition and you just uh, trying to ignore perspective as much as you can because you're not confident with perspective. In opposite, if you start with perspective, it will be much easier to do. How long before I felt comfortable with perspective? I don't know. Forget already. I mean, what do you mean by comfortable? Is kind of, I might be comfortable like with drawing something which I draw many times, but when I draw something unusual, it will be not very comfortable, you know. And especially like when you draw publicly, like on a street or on a camera, so it can also make it uncomfortable. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to answer. When you like, okay, what I can say is like, um, when you start to feel comfortable doing something, then you looking for new challenge. So you start to make uh, more advanced, maybe, yeah, maybe like kind of more advanced task. So eventually you again in a not very comfortable situation. So this kind of comfortable thing is very interesting subject because I can kind of like a sell perspective talking about comfort. So it says like, yeah, if you more practice, it will be more convenient, more casual for you to do. But for myself and for yourself as artist, yeah, I don't like kind of word comfortable. Confident, yeah, maybe confident is better. Confident sounds better. So anyway, it's not kind of important about my personal kind of experience, like how fast I learn and stuff like this. What I say all the time, like consider about making like 100 drawings. So after 100 drawings, inevitably you will feel much more comfortable and much more confident. So you want to draw people, kind of like draw some like 100 scenes, 100 kind of illustrations or like fan art, whatever, something like which uh, is about drawing people figures in different poses, different situations. After you draw 100 of them, you will have this mileage, you will have experience, which kind of by itself change your perspective. It change your vision, change your feeling of a process. So things like this, they only came from experience. And like, if put it in a simple words, just draw many pictures. How do you... Hello, Alvinar. So, what do you mean, how I start? I have like many videos you can see a whole drawing process. Like I share, just browse my videos, and there's many streams when I draw picture from beginning to end. So you start with like when you do this exercise, you start with perspective grid, and then you just kind of like stream of conscious, just draw random situation. When you have some situation in the mind, so you have some script or task for illustration, then um, then you start with some basic composition, maybe like just like where is main characters. Let's say like, okay, here is 3 guy, like, okay, he have some props here, they also have some props, and then you see like, okay, it will be like down shot, like bird view, right? So we have this y-axis. So now you have like very general sketch, you have perspective grid, which we need to have 3-dimensional space, right? You need perspective grid for 3-dimensional space. So so it's already something, right? Now you need to clarify. You kind of like unfold, keep unfolding what happened here. So for this, I say like, okay, so if this is like where this character is located, now I can say how exactly he look like where is his shoulders, where is kind of his torso. So something like this. So make more clear, like he have stuff like that. Some kind of, let's see, some kind of AKA. Then we have these 2 guys. So I also start clarify. So if you don't not confident, if you're confused with drawing figures, yeah, you can just have some other time when you practice drawing figures. Practice drawing figures just as a shapes, then like 3D forms. I have video about like how to draw people in perspective. You can look. Let's have some helpful insights. So you can like practice how to draw people as boxes. Because idea of this is just to make clear what is rotation, what is position in the space. So here, one more guy. Maybe it's kind of... Or maybe here have a dog, let's say. So here kind of example for you, right? So composition, perspective grids, then some, like, each of this thing is a skill on itself, like how to draw props, how to draw people, how to draw perspective, some kind of idea of composition, like don't make tangents, for example, like very basic but important rule, which just, if you follow only this, it might be enough. And then you just, like I show, right? Like you take, and what I show is not unique process, right? You will find it everywhere. Like take any book about how to draw manga. There is hundreds tutorials which show you like a sequence. It's like exactly what I was talking in the beginning. When you lack of experience, when you lack of practice, you think too much about how to make things right way, like how to make things in the proper sequence, when you just need to try them out. So just take any sequence and do it. So you take like this approach, make perspective grid, put figures inside, put some environment inside, and draw like this, like 20 or 100 pictures. Just draw like this 100 pictures, and you will understand how it works for you. Because it works for me, it works for many other people, and it will work for you if you will do it. But it will not work if you do it only like 5 times. Hello, Talasov for Hubik. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, for sure. I've been studying Scott Robertson book also. Yeah, I recommend all the time. Like everybody should have Scott Robertson How to Draw book at home. Так, where's chat? Because it's just great introduction into core principles. It's not only about like how to draw cars. It's just about how to draw properly, how to build um, things instead of just sketch. Because like what Scott Robertson show is not just some kind of specific approach for concept artist. No, it's like literate approach for a drawing. It's when you build objects, you build vehicles, space, instead of just sketch, kind of, like a doodle, instead of just doodle, kind of. Okay, anyway. And usually, like, if you go to some good art college where they still teach traditional fine arts, they teach exactly same stuff what Scott Robertson teach. But if you not in such art college, then Scott Robertson kind of very good to help you to learn the stuff without going into university or college. And actually, like everybody who in a college, they also study from Scott Robertson anyway. Так, yes. So, what? Here, this guy. For shading here I use Ladybug. It's like, I don't know, it's called Ladybug. It's kind of just you go to art shop and there is a lot empty refillable brushes like this. So can be different brands like on Amazon or just go in a shop. Usually they're always, they sell this stuff. So I put some just like drop of ink, like a very, very little. Let's take like very little drop of carbon ink and mix it with water. And now I have this like diluted ink for shading. So you can like pre-mix it. You like make a lighter and darker gray. So it's kind of convenient to have like dark gray and light gray for this kind of like quick shadiness. But sometimes I prefer use black watercolor, just mix black watercolor with a brush. Let it dry for a bit.
Madness. This is Jane Bond art.
Who are you?
Bond. Jane Bond.
Так, continue. Так, let's do some linear perspective. So we have y-axis just parallel vertical lines. Then z horizon line. Or maybe let's tilt. Yeah, let's tilt. Okay, so horizon line will be here. Y-axis will be little tilted. And z vanishing point will be here. Так. So again, this tilted horizon line, just slightly tilted, and can establish x axis. Так, this. Так. So it's like general perspective grid. So maybe like road here. Buildings. Так, let's make some. Can do like car chase. Okay, yeah, so it's like a big road, and let's make car here. Maybe here will be like z slash vanishing point for a second for a car. Second vanishing point. What's this? So it's not main perspective grid. It's a random vanishing point just for rotated object. But y-axis remains same because this car is on a surface. It's parallel to ground. Так. And now for this car, so the z vanishing point for a car here, and x vanishing point will be its own x vanishing point. So I can make it like perspective grid for car itself. Like personal perspective grid, individual perspective grid. Так, z-axis. So. So let's see. Here would be so shooting. Because my car, so I can draw whatever I want. So let's have fun. So about here will be driver's seat. Can draw some through. Here we can see this guy legs inside. Then maybe this dude inside. Same one. So roof. Yeah, driver can see only hands. What's this? So here's this other pair. So I have also video about drawing cars. It's not very long, just 20 minutes. Yeah, I think about 20 minutes. What's also convenient with video tutorials, you can actually like browse them. You can choose faster speed. So if a video very long, you just skip, like jump around. make sure this video explains your topic, kind of what you want to learn. And if something not clear, you can always like watch it again on a slow speed, or if you are already very confident, then you can just watch some important parts from this video. Так, so here's like dude from trunk shooting back. Так. This. That's like так, so yeah. So again, let's make like a smoking shell. Is it called shell? I hope. Always forget names. Так. So, oh yeah, I also forget. I have jar, so you can kind of send me donations, any like super questions, super thanks. You can become member of a channel. So, there's more. And this will be great support for this channel. So future will be more like super detailed tutorials about motorcycles, firearms, combat gear, some more vehicle tutorials. A lot great stuff. So check out this member channel options, because it's like super cheap, and as a member of this YouTube channel you can get access to Discord. In Discord you can ask for feedback, you can show your drawings. There also possibility for audio chat. Also right now maybe I will try in Discord. Open audio chat. Так. Stream room. Okay, let's try. here. Driver. Wheel like this. Let's see. zoom back to this Z. Так. It's like James Bond chasing scene. Bond. James Bond. So make some scratches. Here's a zebra. So it's like already like pedestrian walk here. Yeah, it's kind of a mix. Some reference, some imagination, kind of. It's like sometimes, like this one, it's totally from imagination. Like all of this is just from imagination. But here I take this car, kind of dude in a car, I take from reference, and all other are just like, again, just build it up. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's kind of a good idea sometimes, like, not sometimes, but you know, you just gather your favorite images and you can use them as a spark, because it can be like an interesting idea of a scene or idea of a like camera angle or some composition, and you just like use it to start, but in the process you change a lot, so eventually it's like from reference will be like 10%. And I kind of think, you know, before you can watch my previous video, I always show references. Now I want for some time I will not show references I use. So later I will kind of reveal and I will show like, okay, now you try to see where I use reference for inspiration or for some extra information, and there when I don't use any reference. And trick kind of like, you will never tell I use reference or not. It's like, unless you show it like, okay, here is reference and here is my picture, you will never like find it by yourself. Hello, Ambrosia. Так. Because there's so many like artists we being inspired from, and we look at their work and it's like, oh my god, it's absolutely original. It's like he have like so amazing imagination, like how he can create such compositions. And then like turns out it turns out all these original compositions being borrowed from reference, you know, all these amazing ideas, they're like based on some references or inspirations, you know, like other artist works, other designers. And like I find some images from Möbius. Like Möbius did so many like illustrations, and you look at it like, oh my god, he's so prolific, he have so many ideas. But then you see he been like using photographs for magazines, from magazine covers, like from scenes from movies, you know, it's just like, oh, it's a cool scene in a movie, and he just redraw it, like whole composition, but he changed characters, he changed maybe like, just, you know, because you draw it, it's already so much different from video or image. So, and he in interview, you can find interview with Möbius, he say it's a huge kind of delusion of beginner artists when they think it's a bad to use reference. So it's only bad when you just copy it like mindlessly, like kind of like a copy machine. But when you kind of, you say, like, when you make it go through you, then it's kind of absolutely common practice, like everybody doing it. And make it kind of be processed, filtered by you. It means like you need to understand underlying structure. So when you look an image, you see, okay, here is character poses, here is specific lighting, specific color palette, specific perspective grid, like, I mean, as artist, you can like kind of put perspective grid on image and so like, okay, I want to borrow this perspective from this picture. But it's already like, when you do this, cameraman, and yeah, he have like all these like camera lenses, like type of shot, like how high camera, how close, like they use zoom or stuff like that. He wasn't thinking like artist, comic book artist, when he drawing on a page. Even if you will find like storyboards from movie directors, they never been like kind of, I mean, they're not very good with perspective usually, right? Like from, if you find like No Place for Old Men or Alien, I don't know what, how all those movies, they're like usually like scribbles kind of. And when we see like professional artists drawing storyboards, it's already this different kind of production. It's more like this kind of like amusement park kind of movies, like Marvel universe stuff. So there's like production is huge. Like if they're like, each movie is like making what's called Call of Duty or GTA. It's just huge team, like they're sitting developing all these attractions. Magical Dragon. I'm trying to get better at drawing from imagination, so I'm breaking down cars using boxes. Yeah, so like there is a lot of different opinions, kind of suggestions, and I kind of like will agree with most of them. It's like a lot of approaches can be useful to develop your ability to draw from imagination, right? But I like to mention this specific thing. It's kind of, what is your imagination and what is your visual memory, kind of, right? It's your experience, your knowledge, and let's say like how much of a world around you understand, right? So this kind of very important foundation for work from imagination. So understand visually, let's say like Kim Jong-il, for example, when he can break down some prop or vehicle, so he know parts, right? So you need to know what is made from, what is constructive elements. Like if we have a firearm, so there's like a handle, there's like how's called, like firing mechanism, there is magazine, trigger, barrel, all this stuff, right? So when you're able to speak, kind of mention it in the words in your mind, then it means you understand. So it's really interesting. There is an interview with Ernest Hemingway. I don't know where I find it, but a long time ago I found this very interesting interview. Some journalist asked him, like, can he give some advice for beginner aspiring writers, right? So, and he say like people like not aware how much is amazing practice. It's like super like life-changing practice when you do narration in your mind, just like narrating your current moment, like what happening with you or around you right now. So you say like he doing it like whole his life. So imagine you just sit, maybe like you drinking coffee or something, and start to write it like if it's a scene in a book, like a prose, right? So you write it like Jim Bond sit in a coffee shop, like there is another morning in Taiwan, kind of it's a cafe near his house, can walk like 5 minutes, and he really enjoys this place. And here again, this coffee, he have this bad habit of drinking coffee every morning. You know, you start to narrating, and it's like it's mind blowing because now you start to noticing stuff around you. Now you see like, oh, there is like a light piercing through uh, tree. How to say? Um, Foliage, kind of, right? Like you see this like dancing light, like making beams, and this light like casting light on your table, and it's like you see how this light dancing on the table surface, and there is like new um, waiters in the cafe, like some student girl, probably she's like on the summer want to make some money for her, kind of, you know, it's just it's crazy, it's very interesting. So for imagination, you always start from education, from observation, and kind of train your awareness and attention to details, kind of this. So, and it's a one thing, right? So we talk about your life observation, your life experience, your knowledge about real world, like what things made from and what is happening around us. Other thing, it's a art form. So you do same stuff with art form. You need to break it down. You need to understand it. Like, where's video? Ooh, video. Oh, is it still working? Так. So you study your art form, your medium. Well, some weird with the camera. Okay, so you study your medium, and you need to understand how other artists use it as a language. So you see, like writers, they use all these like words, tropes, how's it called, like literature tools, all this, like how you phrase things, how you describe something, all this is like tools for writers which make you able to like translate your idea into kind of forms that other people can comprehend, that other people can kind of as I say, kind of read it, let's say, right? So same like with visual form, you study like what other artists do, like we see these different styles, but let's say comic books, most of line art styles, all this ink, manga, comic books, BD, most of them been influenced by Möbius, like what we see. Then we see Möbius being influenced by other artists, like, I don't know, like, I forget some. Anyway, so you will figure out, you will find out actually like Möbius, he doesn't invent how to use ink, how to draw comic book style. He borrow from other artists who he been like inspired by, right? So you never do it like from zero. You always been influenced, and you kind of borrow different tricks, different tropes, techniques, way how to depict, like, there's some dynamic lines, line variety, how to show like facial features, for example, like somebody draw nose like a triangle, somebody will draw nose more detail, and you just look and you choose what way of drawing nose you prefer, and you steal it from artists. Then you look like how they draw ears, say like, okay, I like this approach. It's like a level of abstraction, level of detailization, and you also steal it. So you borrow different solutions from different artists, and eventually you create your own combination of all of them. And this only work when you put a lot of practice in it. So when through mileage, like application of all these good ideas, you like melt all them together in your own compound, kind of, right? So now it's your own thing, and everybody kind of who's literate enough, they can see influence, but in general it feels like some very solid like natural voice, and it looks like your unique voice. It's like, oh, it's your voice. Yeah, but it's not came from you. It's not came from inside. This form, it's external. So you need to observe, you need to understand it, you need to learn. Like, imagine like if you make your own language, okay, kind of good for you, you kind of done interesting job, right? But it's kind of useless. It's a lost most important element of a language. It's it's like should be other people who using it, so you can communicate, right? So nobody will say you're a genius for making your own language. They will think you are crazy. So same with the drawing, right? Yeah, like what is imagination? Huge part of it. It's copy, kind of copy, and learn from things around you first, and then you start to kind of dreaming based on your experience. It's like when you get into kind of flow state or stream of conscious when you just like improvise and things just appear from nowhere. Actually, it's like if you're dreaming, it's like all your experience, all your observations start to play and dance in your subconsciousness, create some new interesting combinations. So, kind of like if you're cooking and like ingredients, you can choose like what kind of ingredients you put in your cooking jar, or how it's called. So yeah, so develop your voice is like learning language and learning writing techniques. So then you can do it fluently, like naturally, right? And it's also very much like a cooking. Так, I don't know what happened with the camera. Because ingredients, if you put ingredients mindlessly, you just like, oh, there is some stuff looks like a food, looks like it's digestible, and it's like grab it, throw in a can, and like boil it. I think it should be something good. Yeah, you can call it creative process, but it's like very bad, and the outcome will be very low quality. So if you want to cook like good food, learn a recipe, right? You need to learn like what is the practices, best practices, what kind of recipe exists. Like how can I cook bread? You go look like, so this is a recipe for bread. What ingredients I need for a bread? These ingredients I need for a bread. Then like your life experience will be is like eat bread, right? Like so you go different places, you eat bread, you kind of you can be like very aware. This what will make you artist is that you have much more nuanced experience. You much more aware of what it is like eating bread, what it is like you can see, observe like bakery, right? Like how they look, what they do. You say you can characterize chef, like baker, like what kind of people they are. So you have like external observations. This is your experience, and then you're being creative. You're like learning technique. You're learning medium form. It's when you go to learn recipe. So it's like what kind of recipe this baker use, what kind of ingredients you need for cook this bread. Same with the drawing. It's like a cooking. You cannot just imagine random recipe and use random ingredients. You will have low quality random results in that case. Так, I know my camera off. I don't know why. This drawing camera not working. Так, imagination, start from observation. Yeah, so in kind of like trying to make yourself like being able to draw from imagination without being aware of this, without working on this stuff. It's kind of, it's like the saying, like when you put cart in the front of a horse, right? So it's better when you carry it than when you push it. So yeah. So you will be a very good artist, like this, how I see, when you understand form and you study form in which you work. By study artists, you can study them directly by yourself, just like break down, analyze their work. But also you need to study some theory from books, because they will teach you how can you understand other artworks, right? It will explain you structures and the principles. But to be more unique artist, to be this kind of like unique voice with deep and profound kind of quality in your work, you need to be more aware of the life around you. It includes your own experience, like how you experience world around you, how other people live, what is happening, why is this happening, and why I see it this way, and in all this kind of way. And to do this, like if you will do like Ernest Hemingway suggest, I mean, this will make you genius for sure, for sure. Because I've been doing it a couple times. It's really, it works. It help you to like open your mind, you know. So you just start to be more like sharp. It's different from like average blur vision, when people just kind of like, whoa, like, or they moving from A to B and they being blind for everything in between. It's like, you know, running around. And as artists, we need not just run, we need to experience, right? We need to process. Cool. Okay. Так. Yes, still camera is off. Let me check my camera.
Who are you?
My name is Bond.
Jim Bond.
Huh. Так. Okay. Finally, it's work. Because like it's kind of interesting if we study life experience around us, right? Like you being like very um attentive, kind of you notice everything, you kind of listen to people's stories and people like experiences like writers do, like they're like talk with the people with different life experience, like fireman, let's say, or some other guy, like tell him what happened in his life, or what is life of being like what is a lifestyle or like life experience of being firefighter or being like fisherman. So you talk with them, you see their perspective, you hear some interesting nuances. So it's kind of this interviewing which give you material you need, right? But also very interesting way, like if you also study art form, if you study media form, you study tropes, conventions, principles, theories. Eventually, it's like somehow they meet each other, like real life, all this unique experience of individuals meet with archetypes, meet with all this like um, immortal kind of stories, which is like they just keep repeating like same patterns, right? So like everybody just keep repeating like stuff everybody did before them. Like you cannot create anything new ever. Like even couple thousand year ago, people already been speaking about there is nothing new under the sun, right? Everything is kind of like about people nature, about your life experience, everything already been told. So this is very interesting, very funny thing. Like you go into life observation and you go into this all specific details, all these unique stories, unique and unexpected uh, unexpected elements and details, kind of. And then you study like common tropes and structures, and eventually you find out they all kind of same. Because everybody unique experience, it's this kind of every time it's some kind of archetype, every time it's some kind of like fable which would been already told. I mean, like take whatever, like relationship, like uh like daily life, or some adventures, extremes, war, peaceful times. All this already happened before, and it's been uh, put in the art form in a like probably, I don't know, it's discussionable, but probably it's been already like depicted in a perfect way, let's say, like people human body being like depicted by Greeks, kind of, right? So you cannot make it better than that. You can only, best you can do it's to revive kind of this level. Yeah, so about drawing from life and observation. I've been like, because I study in art college, and I think like because it's a kind of student learning environment, our teachers always tell us like avoid photographs. Maybe they mentioned, like, maybe they tell us it's specifically for educational purpose. But anyway, in our environment, like among students, among this like academical artists who I've been surrounded, photographs being as like a cheating. It's like, no, you cannot use photographs. Like photograph is like a creative death. It's like it immediately destroy your work. Like only life observation and imagination. That's it. So I've been like many years, like about more than 10 years, I've been like only draw from life and trying my best to draw from imagination. So, and then it's interesting also loop happen, this kind of like I'm talking about this, when you go in one direction and then you find yourself like you arriving to to beginning from other direction, kind of. So you make a loop. So I find out that because I drawing so much outdoors, it became not important to draw on location, because I don't know how to say. It's like drawing on location is like specific genre. It's have unique qualities, but in the end result, of your work, some views should be drawn from photograph, and this will be just kind of like a weird idea to draw it from life. So for example, let's say if you draw like a big size, right, like you draw like 2-meter canvas, like 3-meter paper, like, and you can take this 2-meter canvas and go to actual place, like standing like on a street, like, and there's like very narrow street, like all these people walking, and you here with your freaking canvas. It's kind of nice, but you are also disturbing, and it takes so much time, so you need to like come back like couple days to this place. Sometimes it will be rain, sometimes will be like different lighting, like today it's sunny, shadow is here, but tomorrow is rainy or overcasting. So and you draw like building with a very complex geometry, like there's like so many like structure patterns. So basically it's more about understanding structure of this building. So when you know it, you can draw it with photographs, but not as photographs, not because don't know how to draw from real life, but just as a reminder, because you need to remember certain details, like so photograph will like help you not forget them. Okay, it's like, I don't know, explain in a very weird way. It's like a very bad explanation. So anyway, so I've been drawing a lot of views, and I found out like, okay, like what if I want to draw better, it became more important about improve my perspective and general drawing skills, because like to draw this very complex structure, complex like multi-layer view with all this different type of architecture and like overlap and all this stuff, it's more about my skill or ability to draw in general. It's not so much about being in a place. So, and because I've been drawing like 10 years, like almost every day, like drawing all this stuff from observation, I learned how to imitate it. So I can draw picture from photograph, which will look like if I draw it from real life. And what for me became important about drawing from real life is just kind of experience itself, because it's just more fun, you know. It's more fun to draw outdoors than sit here on the table kind of and draw sit on the table. You go there, it's like you enjoy world around you, right? It's more fun. And second is, like I say, it have certain specifics. It's kind of three-dimensional, so you can potentially you can create better composition or like more unique composition. But with experience, you can do this with a couple raw sketches. So what I can do now, if I go outside and I see very cool complex picture environment, I will spend some time just enjoy watching it. I will just like, oh, here, look this. Maybe I will listen some music and just like, okay, this happened. Because like this Hemingway say, I want to make sure I absorb it. I want to notice all this complexity. I want to see all this like flows, like how these flows go and how they interact, and you know. And then I make some sketches, I make some photographs, and I can draw it from photographs and these sketches at home in the studio kind of. And then I just need to decide like which way will be more efficient, do this outdoors or at home. And if it will be okay to draw it outdoors, I will do it outdoors, because outdoor is more fun. So I have these sketches and I go back to this place and I draw it there on location. If I decide that it's just not will be like more efficient to draw it in a studio kind of setup, I will draw it from photographs. And if in the process I will feel like I'm losing something, I will go again to location. I will absorb more, maybe make more sketches, or I will make a long drawing for kind of some more experience, you know. So I hope it makes sense. Let me find some examples. Okay, so here I have a couple, but they're too big. So this one I draw on location is like vertical fisheye. I don't know, hard to explain, but is there certain stuff is you see about shapes and composition of shapes, which is more convenient to do outdoors. from photographs, I will lost a lot of interesting nuances. But this view, I decided like it's more interesting to draw from photographs. So I've been here, it's actual place. So I did a lot of photographs, like I don't know, like 20 maybe photographs of this place. So like drawing left and right, all the ceiling stuff. So all I need is just to have clear depiction of a structure. And then I just rebuild all this in the paper from memory and photographs. So trick is I will draw it same way if I stand in there, but it will be like much harder, and I will just like there is too many people, sit here and people always walking around you. It will be like too exhausting and like annoying. And I find it's much more fun draw it at home. So this I draw on location. So again, it's like fisheye perspective. It's like weird structure and many details. So it take me like 5 hours, I think. I've been standing like very tired, but it's a quiet place. Nobody like disturb me. And it was fun to draw it on location. So I don't know. See, so good size. This. And again, some this one. And draw from photographs. So in conclusion, drawing outdoors is just more fun. But when it's not fun, okay, then you make decision, draw it at home. And by fun, I don't mean it's easier. No, fun is mean it's like more interesting kind of, right? It's like more interesting because you have a lot stuff to watch, and it's like a lot stuff happening. But when I say when it's like me, I mean, just imagine like this example, like when I show when you stand in the middle of a very busy place and like there are people walking like a crazy. It's like constant flow of people. It's like very annoying and not so fun. So then I ask myself like, okay, will it be so much interesting and important creatively to draw it there? I say no. It will be more about distraction than creative kind of inspiration or something. Or if you in some place where you just can't be for a couple hours, like your I don't know, some view from train window, or yeah, like I have so many cool views from windows, like a train, car, like some view on a freeway, for example. You can't stay in the middle of a freeway, but you can make some photographs from moving car, right? And so because this like particular view scene you can see only from a car, and you cannot stop your car in the middle of freeway, and you can't walk there. So only choice you have is to draw from photograph. what is also important, it's it's not a choice between photograph and real life when you have no experience of drawing from real life. Because if you not draw from real life, then you should draw from real life. Because like I say, experience of drawing real life change your approach of drawing in general. So you will use photographs differently when you been drawing without photographs. You know? If you never draw from real life and you only use photographs, no, that's not good. That's for sure. So it's kind of like very important, like maybe it's subtle kind of distinction, maybe a subtle point here, but it's very important point. Is like, it's not a bad thing to draw from photograph. It's just you limit yourself a lot if it's only way. This is like only approach you've been using. Yeah, when I draw doors, usually I make pencil first. I did like couple hundred drawings from outdoors without pencil, and it's kind of, I can show actually. I can show you some. Yeah, you can do it without pencil, but after I did this 100 pictures, like about 100 pictures without pencils, I just realize, like eventually I realize that if I spend couple, just like 10 minutes for a pencil sketch, I will make my work much better, you know? So why not do this? It's why not do this? Why you will avoid kind of pencil sketch? So let me show you. Like this one I did without pencil. This one I did without pencil. So kind of like it's hard to see difference for viewer, right? They will might say like, oh, it's so many detail, you don't use pencil, it's crazy. I think even this one I draw without pencil. But again, like I say, like when you draw it and you see like, I can make it better with pencil, 100%. So this, like, I have weird colors here. That's like one of my uncle drawings. Yeah, this one without pencil. Especially it's easy with some kind of this natural environment. This place is crazy. It's like Jurassic Park. This one like the raven. This is yeah, this without pencil. Also because I when I didn't use pencil, sometimes I have this like marks like here. So it's ink marks which I did like to help myself to draw it, and then I cannot erase them, you know. So it's kind of just not so cool. if I did these marks with a pencil, after you just erase them and you have clean picture. So you just can make more neat and better organized picture if you use pencil at first. Так. Also, sometimes you can draw it again, right? It's like we're talking about like pencil, because you pencil, you make like little arrangements and you can erase it. But also you can draw like whole picture, you can finish it, and then you see like some parts not so nice. Like I can make them more clean, more clear, more sharp, more impactful. And then you say, okay, I just draw it again from beginning. And now you make it much more elaborated and more impressive, because you have this experience of drawing one complete picture before. uh, Sometimes you do this stuff. So just kind of like, just what I want to make sure, not associate uh, drawing stuff from couple attempts like some weakness. Not think about pencil as a like sign of a weakness or weak artist. It's like, oh, look, this artist, he can draw without pencil, he is so good, and I need pencil, I'm not good enough. No, it's just it's totally like useless idea in general. It's just useless, pointless. So anyway, so let's keep it kind of here. Look this. Yeah, cute creamer. Here. So here will be the vanishing point, horizon line, the vanishing point, whoop, whoop, the axis. And x, let's make like this, x axis. Okay, and y axis. So here, select street. Z slash one more vanishing point. So it doesn't make it through 4-point perspective. It just make it one more random vanishing point for my object, or maybe here. So here will be this vanishing point, and so this new vanishing point is z slash, and for it I need x slash to have this 90-degree, right? So we have different x vanishing point too. And you see horizon line, this z slash, and when I make so have this z slash axis, and I make x slash axis, right? Now I have horizon line and new x, and again, like before, we just drew in between, and we will have like perspective grid for this new x slash. It was this principle. Like you have horizon line, you have this slash line. Now I just draw in the middle, then you put above horizon line, and you continue below. So you have perspective grid for another vanishing point. I guess my comment about photographs were too boring. So here is this. Back is this. Yeah. Here's some dudes. let's make again. So we have this scene from different angle, but I also change car. It's different angle and different car. Так. Let's do like this. Wow. Maybe it's like double line here. Here. Damn. some kind of start drawing nonsense here. Yes. So I can use this x-axis to draw this dynamic lines. Так. To make this kind of light flares. It's kind of moved here. Так. Anyway, something like this. Так. I can make this one more contrast. deck. Okay, something like this. Yeah. Later we'll maybe add some more tones, and yeah, we'll do some little more tones, and post in my Instagram and YouTube posts, I think too. So support my channel by become channel member. We need 100 people here. Yeah. So share, subscribe, and stuff like this. See you later.